Hey everyone, don't get anxious, get prepared. I also said this morning, all is well. I'm going to share a little bit more reasons why I said that today. But I'm your career engineer, and I'm going to share in about 15 minutes today some things to get, like you see our title, Moxy and Money, right? Some blueprints to you winning in this cooling or slowing job market. I've got 3 things I want to share with you to help you win. I'm also going to share some top jobs that are hiring now. Like I know, listen, the time I'm talking to you, there are shutdowns, layoffs, furloughs, threats of furloughs, layoffs, firings. But in spite of all that, there are certain industries that will always be hiring. And I'm going to share some ways that you can know those and for you to maybe see if you're in one of those categories. Of course, today, too, within the 15 minutes, if you have a question or comment, we want you to share it right here in the comments. And you can catch this while I'm live with you or while on, if you hear this again. So let me before I even do my quick little thing I always transition to, let me drop my email. One of you said, like, I don't say it to the last, so I want to give it to you right now. If you have a question or comment of the content I'm sharing right now, or anything you've heard me say in the past about career, life, business, don't get anxious, get prepared, career coaching, anything like that, hit me up at info, I-N-F-O, at tcenow.com. That's simply the email. You can use it 24/7 and I will respond. Info at tcenow.com. And of course, hit me up at the tcenow.com anytime. So listen, I want to jump into this information because we have about 15 minutes together. And I really want to encourage folks and motivate you that please don't just freeze. You know, like I know what you're hearing. I hear it all day. But I want you to know it's still doable, it's still possible. Yes, you can land an opportunity now in this slowing and cooling market because it hasn't stopped. It's just slowing. So don't go anywhere. I will be right back. Yeah, that's what's up. Listen, I'm looking at my phone. I think there's something I need to send. I'm going to click the send button. There it is right there. So listen, so what are we talking about today with the Moxy and the Mojo and your money, right? I want you to really get these tips. So you're welcome to take notes. Of course, on our website, we have a blog that has some more information about it. But even before I jump into these jobs that are hot, these essential, keyword essential, industries that are resilient no matter what economy. And I'm going to tell you all how you can fit into that, even if you're not the direct deliverer of those services. So we're going to get into that. But first and foremost, how to build a human brand that beats AI competition. Listen, here's the big pivot, or what I call TCE shivot here. We really have to, as much as I love my tech, and I do, I want you guys to be on top of it when it comes to AI. I want you to know how to use that tool. And many of you are using it, and some of you are using it so well that I don't know. Right now, the tool might be replacing you. So please don't rest your all your gifts and talents and your eggs in your basket on that tool. I want you to be the driver. You heard me say a couple months ago, be the pilot, be the driver. I need you to do that because I need that human of you to still be in control. Okay, Jenna Jackson, I'm in control. Yeah, okay. And that will differentiate you from the robots. So what I mean by this human brain, again, you're gonna see me always look over here. You know why? Because I've got some notes here. I want to make sure that your tangibles, your resume, the way you speak, the way you look, the way you're connecting, that it maximizes, keyword maximizes your performance. What is your performance? Those are the things how you have contributed, what you have done. Proof positive, push button talent, my results, my solutions. That's the human brand. Now pay attention to this because when I talk about the 5 categories of places that's hiring, they gonna want some of this. They gonna want some of this. Yes, I said it like that on purpose. Your performance. If you don't know your numbers, if you don't know your impact, if you don't know how you help somebody make money as a entrepreneur, as a career entrepreneur, as a 1099, you already in trouble. It ain't the market, it's you. PALS, performance, accomplishments is A. Please tell me you've got some accomplishments. In this kind of economy, that's what they're looking for. Not someone that ain't done anything. They want accomplishments, and you have them. You don't think you have them. You don't think you did anything big, but you did. And you want to find those small or big or in between accomplishments, verbal recognition, awards, anything you've done that made you stand up and stand out. That's an accomplishment. Leadership. We got to have leadership. I don't care if you're the ditch digger. I don't care if you're the rocket scientist. I don't care if you're the gateway person. I don't care if you're pushing paper. Where did you lead? When there was an opportunity to step up and not just be there with your head down, waiting for someone to tell you to do something, where did you lead? Where did you demonstrate that? You don't have to be a supervisor, have that title, or a boss. Where did you step up and make it happen? I mean, you got to have some examples of that in this economy, the human brand. And I'm sharing these things because guess what? AI can't do that. AI can't do that. AI is great to help you be more effective, efficient, accurate. It can help you do tasks that you don't have to waste your time with, so you can spend more of your time. Oh, let me correct that. Invest more of your time in performance, contributions, accomplishments, leadership. And the last of the PAL is the letter S, which is strengths. The AI can't do PALs. You can, but if none of this is effective on your LinkedIn profile or other profiles to agencies or industries you're connected to, or memberships you're connected to, if your resume and when you're interviewing and your salesmanship and then your networking, if you're not speaking PALs, the robot's going to win. So please build your human brand. I mean, last year we were afraid of AI. Oh, it's going to replace me. And it will if you let it. But now we have recognized it ain't perfect. In fact, sidebar, I did a major purchase. And at first, all that customer service thing is a particular business took away the human brand and replaced it with the automation. The automation for someone like me who had, I mean, I had the finances to close this deal. Automation offended me so many ways. Okay, it wasn't a person. And then I went to another person, another agency or business that had the same they sold the same thing, but it was a human being that answered the phone. It was a human being that called me by my name. It was a human being that knew tomato versus tomato. I picked that up and they got the sale. So what I'm saying is, human brand really, if I had to say, why did I make that deal? Was it the merchandise I bought? It was the human connection. And understand that in businesses, we found that out. And particularly all of those that went and let go of human brand and replaced it with the robot, because it doesn't know TWOTOTOO or I mean, it's been really amazing how in certain things I can tell when it's the robot. And I don't want to invest my time, talent, and treasure if I don't feel I got both high touch. I want high touch, I want tech, and I want a good product. So all that story is to tell you your humanness is the game changer right now. How you communicate, how you solve problems, how you do creative and complex problem solving, how you are in emotional control, how you have resilience. That's the salesmanship. Please write this down. If your resume isn't echoing that stuff, you're missing out. And or someone else that has it will be landing that job. So speaking of jobs, okay, of course, soft skills, I've already said some of those, right? The things we used to call soft skills a long time ago. They're not soft. They are the big ones. They're the ones that make the most money. They're the ones of the skills that show that you can do something versus I had training and I have a certification. I think I can do it. Think I can do it. I have the aptitude to do it. Well, I need you to have aptitude, but have you done it? Have you done? Sure, you can go to a class and be project manager certified. I ain't got no problem with that. Okay, I get it. People do it. But I need someone that can manage a project. Have you done it? Done it. Proof, results of you doing it. How'd you do it? How'd you handle all that gray matter that happens when you've got, a Gen X and a boomer and a millennial and they're talking about a project? How are you getting that done? If you have done it, it needs to be reflected on your brand. Skills. Yes, I love my degrees. I've got several. I also got some skill, right? And both of them make me a very high value candidate. So think about that. Okay. Now that all leads to where I want to get to with this. Who are the industries right now? And like I said, the time I'm talking to you, I understand that things are different in the US of A, particularly with federal workers and businesses attached to federal work, federal budgets, or nonprofits that are attached to federal budgets, or agencies that, this whole trickle down thing. Okay, I get it. So who's hiring right now? What are the industries that no matter what's going on, they're still working? So I'm gonna give you several of them, but I'm gonna tell you what I do have. I want to give you the kind of jobs I'm looking at. These are my notes. I want to make sure I get it to you guys right. And I was thinking about these things, and there are 5 industries, I believe. Well, there could be more, but I think 5 is safe because this 5 will encompass just about everything. So here's what I mean. First, let's start one with tech and data, technology and data. I told you we have the robots. We're on the cloud. What else are we doing? We're using apps and all types of tech to help us do our jobs better. We're using web-based solutions to do just about everything, from some of you shopping, personal stuff in your life, things as necessary in your career, and then definitely utility apps to help make business smarter. Because of that, the growth in technology and the jobs is in demand are things like anyone dealing with data. You're not going anywhere. We got to protect the data. Come on. How many times have you heard? Look at all the data that we have. This daggone thing has created so many data jobs, right? So not only is it about understanding and analyzing data, if you've got the aptitude for that, it's also about protecting the data. Come on, ransomware, hijack stuff. How many times are we hearing this? Well, there are professionals, from the ones who have the PhDs in it or the certifications in it, to the person that's doing administration or operations or logistics in it. Okay. Those jobs are going to be here. The technology jobs and data jobs and the protection of that data are not going to go anywhere. Shut down, economy, whatever, that someone is protecting. Somebody at Amazon Web Services is doing something right now, no matter what. Okay. And the government with the shutdown, somebody is protecting something right now. It may not be a whole bunch of them, but that thing is something. So here's my notes on this. Hold on, I'm gonna read it to you. So with the integration of AI and big data, every business on all sectors has got to have those people in place. They've got to have those people who can do the work. Proof positive, been there, done it. Okay. So if you've got the aptitude for data and protection of data, cybersecurity, this type of stuff, and of course the whole AI model for the human to command AI, those who've got the aptitude for it. Not everybody got the aptitude for that. And the working conditions in those spaces are different. Some of these jobs are 12-hour jobs in a cold place, 12-hour jobs near a hot place. It's just real. So you have to make sure you understand not just the money. Ooh, I want the money. All the things that go with it, but that's still going to be good. Number 2, healthcare. Now let me share this as a clarifier. Yeah, in the last couple of months, the healthcare industry will be doing some shifting. Remember I said shift, right? Shift and pivoting, because certain things, remember, everything is connected. Everything is connected. If insurance policy changes, or Medicaid changes, or private pay changes, or Medicare changes, it's going to impact healthcare. However, with that being said, no matter what, we getting older, we gonna be sick. Or some of us are getting sicker anyway, right? This comes with the territory. Does it mean you have to be a doctor? No. Does it mean you have to only be a nurse? No. There are other opportunities in healthcare that are essential right now with what's happening in America. Hospitals and doctors and the folks that help run that machine are at the job because they have to be. Whether they're a 2-year degree person, whether they're certified in some type of technology, the emergency medicine people are still working. The ambulance driver is still doing this thing. Of course, with healthcare, I had an appointment not too long ago. I was thinking, oh my goodness, it's a shutdown. No one's going to be there. Oh, shop was open. Not as many folks were there. I get it, but the shop was open. So you got to think about that. The aging population, and this is direct care, which is, again, my doctors, my nurses, and all the technicians. We love you. But it's also the folks that manage that services, whether you're the big boss or you're somewhere in between. No matter what, healthcare is going to be a need. So that's a resilient occupation. And the jobs, like I said, nurse practitioner, health and human services workers, personal care aides. I mean, with the whole gerontology going on, the whole personal care, home health, that is not going away for those who are into that thing. Let me go number 3, the whole green. I know the green energy and renewable energy. So all the things with climate change and energy. I mean, look, what company that wants to waste energy? Who? Who wants to waste energy? It has been proven that when you have some kind of energy management or some renewal energy strategies, that money that is saved, right? Technology is a big energy strategy, whether people notice it or not, can help to go back into, well, good companies would do this, infuse that back into your people, your places, your spaces, right? So in demand, even though I know we've had some cuts recently, but in demand, this is not just USA, guys. Some of these jobs, this is global. I mean, if you decide to live abroad, these sectors are still going to be resilient no matter what the economy is. So, I mean, wind turbine techs, solar installers, I mean, under energy, it's HVAC. I mean, has your AC ever gone out? Do you think AI is going to do your HVAC? So in the HVAC office is also the person is answering the phone, the people is doing the billing, the folks is doing sales and marketing. So it's not just the technicians. I need y'all to expand your minds a little bit. So if you're good in logistics, administration, operations, HVAC is not going away. Ever had a leak in your home or somewhere? The plumber, the electrician, someone's doing that right now, but it's not just him. It's all the operational people, the administrative people, the legal people, right? That help that business to sustain. So, but those jobs, okay, the skilled trades, renewable energy, that's, whether you're answering the phones, whether you're doing the financial data. Oh, by the way, finance, right? Accounting folks, accounts payable is the last person to go whenever there's a shakeup. Somebody's paying the bill, someone's doing payroll. I mean, these are industries, and just to think about it for a minute, that are always going to be, now they're going to be what we call that word essential. If we can throttle back and remember way back when we had COVID, right? Way back when we had COVID, who went to work and who didn't? The grocery stores, right? We get it. We know the folks in the front line, yeah, but there are managers of those stores. That's supply chain people, logistics people, transportation people. Those same type of industries have been recession proof. They've been economic proof, because if things shut down, they still have to go to work. So it just means that if you decide to be with that, stability of working in those industries, which is a great idea, just understand you're essential. And some of those jobs may require nights and weekends. There's a trade-off between the 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, who doesn't do much. They're still keeping the train moving, but those who are definitely essential are essential. So those are some of the choices and things you have to make. Now, let me just make this a lot easier for you. If you go to my blog, which is at tcenow.com, I have more of this listed there. So you can look at the blog, read it, see the why it's growing, see the type of jobs it is. And what I would advise people to do is, in your, however you decide to find your job. Like I said, I'm a big networking person, which is one of my last strategies. But whether you're using some of the most popular job boards, you're using the job listing functions on LinkedIn, you're using your organizations that you're a member of to they post jobs here. It might be at your churches or worship centers. It could be wherever you find your hot and cold job leads. That's where you should be networking. But you'd be surprised how, if you happen to ask, does anyone know I'm so-and-so, I'm looking for something in this field, or I'm looking to get connected with that particular company, or does someone know the name of Susie Q? I really would like to talk to her. If you put it out in the atmosphere with trusted individuals that you network with, that like, and trust, you'd be surprised what fruit comes from that. But you got to open your mouth. Networking is all about opening up your mouth. I mean, it really is, but making sure you're opening it the right way too. But go to my website, tcenow.com. I have 2 blogs for us this month. One's about these top 5 hiring industries and the particular jobs and why. The other is some tips that you need to do, even though I shared some of it now, but getting a little bit deeper, how you can change the game if you're in the market right now, you've been laid off, how you've got to up your ante with those human skills, your tech skills, and sell yourself like there ain't no tomorrow. Like I said, it is a cooling market. It is a slow market, but the market hasn't stopped. And you, as a career seeker or changer, has to see how you fit in the business scheme of certain companies with what they need now. Like maybe they needed 5 admin people last year, but right now with the way things are, maybe they're looking more for people with compliance. Maybe they're looking more for people that's dealing with that essential nature of that business. And it's up to you to do your research and due diligence and fit that. And you can do it. I mean, I'm telling you, it's more work. I'm not going to sit here and tell y'all it's going to be easy, but it's doable. People are getting hired, but they have to do it differently. They have to be human with it. They've got to do the work. You're going to be doing some digital footsteps and some knocking on some doors and showing up at spaces and making sure you're correct, that you come correct. All right. But it's doable. But networking, when 2 people in the room, I say it all the time, that's a networking event for me. When 2 people in the room, I'm sharing who I am, what I have, what I want. You should be doing that too, but do it sincerely and genuinely. Be you, be real, and watch what happens. Okay. So again, if you have any questions, like a lot of times I'll look at and whatever I'm looking at to see your questions. And the reason I brought this up because they were asking me about this last month. Were we gonna in America at this time of the year? Are we gonna shut down? What will happen to the market? Everything is bad. Everything is gloomy. Everything is doomy. And I get it when it's real, but I'm not gonna be someone that's gonna sing this doom and gloom. I mean, I just won't do it. I will say you got to work harder. I will say it's uncharted territory. I will say it's uncertain times, but it's doable. And you got this. So, anyway, that's up. Questions or comments, like I said, feel free to hit me up on our email info@tcenow.com. There are times I might select your question for what I'm going to talk about next month. Or I might just blog on it because you guys be giving me some really great questions. And I do appreciate that. Okay. So see you next month. I want you to have a fantastic week. I want you to make sure you take some of the things I said to heart, replay it, share it with others, your Moxy and your money, the blueprint to winning in a cooling job market. It's doable. All right. So you guys be blessed. Thank you for joining me. As we say, don't get anxious, get prepared. And I also will say all is well. Okay. All is well. You are welcome. I just got it from Miss Brown. You are welcome. Do share us, subscribe, all that kind of good things on whatever you're enjoying us on. Please subscribe and follow and share us. We'll see you guys next time. Be blessed. And remember, don't get anxious. Get prepared. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for watching our Career and Business Show. I hope you learned a lot about today's topic. If you enjoyed the show, please let me know by visiting our website, tcenow.com, and sending me an email. I'd love to hear from you.